anybody at home, please sit down. We're in for a little turbulence here. All right, let's begin. Who are welcome here? You are welcome here. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart and lay all your fears and all your doubts aside. And let go of all the hurt you hold inside. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart and receive the love of all who've gathered round. For you are worthy of this gift of love right now. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Well, who'd have known that who you are is enough? And who'd have known you could be so loved? Well, we knew, and now you know. Yes, we knew, and now you know. Well, welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Let's open up our hearts. Let's open up our hearts. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Carrie. You are all welcome to stand and open your hearts and join us for I Am the Thinker. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that has the power to change my life. If you ask me who I am wisdom, I am light. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that has the power to change my life. How do you want to do the next one?
If you ask me who I am joy. I'm more than meets the eye. Cannot be defined.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light that brightens someone's darkest night. So much more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. Over to Bob. Who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. All right, you can remain standing, but our lead singer now will remain sitting. This is the great Queen of Jazz. She has her own throne and everything here. She doesn't have a scepter yet. Vivian's going to lead us in the next one.
I sing my love. I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. 'Cause that's the way, I like it, that's the way, I like it. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. Oh, I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. Bring it on. Oh, I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. Here we go. That's the way, I like it. That's the way, I like it. Oh, yeah.
How fun was that? That was super fun and such a wonderful way to welcome spring into our world. We made it through the dark winter. Yay! Hooray, hooray, hooray. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Unity of Calgary. Those of you who are here in person, those of you who are out wherever you are in the world on Facebook and YouTube, a very warm welcome to you. And if this is your first time joining our spiritual community, just know that the most important thing is that wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are always welcome here at Unity of Calgary. My name is Susan Cullen, and I'm part of the spiritual leadership team here at Unity of Calgary, and I'm so delighted that we're all here gathered today. Can you feel the energy of that? Yeah. Okay, so let's begin by going within in affirmative prayer. I invite you to just get yourself comfortable, to take all that energy from the singing and the music, and just tune into that in your body. Feel the resonance of that. And I invite you to connect with your heart as you affirm for yourself. When I peel back all the layers, I know that at my core, I am light. And within my light is contained the wisdom of the universe. I am so grateful for the opportunity to shine my light in the world, and especially for those who are stuck in the fear and the darkness. I know it is so, and so it is. And we have our statement of being, the statement that it tells us and how we know how important it is to gather together in spiritual community. Whether we are here in person or online, we are all one spiritual community. I invite you to affirm it with me. We are here as love to celebrate the one power, the one presence in our lives, in this community, and in the universe. And for our daily word this morning, we welcome up Doug Warren, who is one of our band members, a former board member, and an all-around awesome guy. If you've spent any time around Unity, you will know Doug for sure. Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Susan. That was a very nice introduction. Hey, it's okay to have fun. We're here live. Everything's fantastic. And I just wanted to, one more time, just kind of give it up for the band. You know, they're basically the jet engines that get us up in the air. And from there, we get a really nice view of the world around us. So thanks, especially to Anthony. World-class arranger and writer, and we're very fortunate to have him in our midst here. All right, the daily word, forgive. I extend forgiveness to myself. Throughout my life, I have been forgiven by those. I'll start again. I have forgiven those who have hurt and disappointed me. In turn, I've been grateful when others extended understanding and forgiveness to me. Even though I have learned to be forgiving with others, I may still find it difficult to forgive myself for mistakes I've made, disappointments I have caused, and commitments I have broken. Today, I open my heart. With love and compassion, I forgive myself. I remind myself that everyone makes mistakes, and everyone deserves understanding and forgiveness, even me. I remember how the prodigal son's father received him with joy when he came home. The joy is mine when I let go of self-condemnation and finally come home to myself. But while he was still far off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion. He ran and put his arms around him and kissed him. Luke 15:20. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. And of course, if you want to get your own copy of the Daily Word, you can sign up for it online. You can also go to our website each day, and there's a link there to the newest Daily Word. And I think you can even order a paper copy if you want one in the mail. You can get it delivered to your mailbox at home. So thank you so much, Doug. All right, Unity of Calgary is part of a worldwide movement, and there's almost 900 centers around the world that are bringing the same message of spiritual awakening. We have adopted the worldwide vision, and I invite you to affirm it with me this morning. We envision a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And I invite you just to take a moment to go within and let those words land. Imagine what the world would be like with that shared spiritual awakening, where we knew ourselves the truth of who we are and the truth of who everyone else is in their beautiful divine nature. What a different world it would be. Okay, so that's what we're here to make happen, right? That is our vision, and we use our mission statement to guide us towards creating that world at Unity of Calgary. This is the guiding statement that we use for everything that we do. So I invite you to affirm it with me. We are a welcoming, vibrant, spiritual community that inspires hearts and transforms lives by expressing our divine essence. All right, and so here's some upcoming news and events of how we are bringing that mission to life into the world. Next week, our speaker is the incomparable Tina Thrussell. She's going to be speaking about tapping into wisdom to bring ease into your life. So I'm very excited to hear what Tina has to share on our theme of wisdom this month. This afternoon, we have our Hearts and Hands meeting. Did everybody get their special mail out yesterday from the newsletter? Yay! If you didn't, all the details are in there. You don't have to search for it in the newsletter. We put out a special newsletter just so it'd be easy for you to find. It's been a year since we had our last Hearts and Hands meeting, and a lot has changed. We've moved into our new space. We do have increased rent, and we want to connect together as a community. You know, we've been meeting in person since, I guess, end of October, and so we've had sort of in-person and then others who have been online. So we want a time to come together as our full community online on Zoom to have a conversation about where we're at and where we're going. How do we want to co-create our community moving forward? So I really hope that you will bring your presence, your ideas, and your love to that meeting this afternoon. It's at 3:30 on Zoom. Links are there links on the website as well? I imagine there are. If you didn't get the... Oh, Instagram and Facebook. Yes, so you can find the links on Instagram and Facebook if you didn't get the newsletter mail out. And next Sunday afternoon, we are celebrating Marge Sanel's 95th birthday. Can you imagine? Yay, Marge! Yay! Hi, Marge! Everybody here says hello. And I have to say, I was lamenting the fact that, we are missing our Marge here in person, and was expressing concern about her. And somebody said to me, "Oh, don't worry about Marge. She's doing what she needs to do to all the people that she is with in her home, right? In the place where she lives. She is bringing her Marge magic." So, yes, she's doing God's work right where she is. And if you know Marge, of course she is, right? Of course that's what she's doing. So although we do miss you, Marge, we understand and appreciate all the work that you are doing where you are. So thank you. So 3:30 on a Zoom call with Marge to celebrate her 95th birthday next Sunday afternoon. Yay, Marge. By the way, that photo, if you want to go back a sec, that was when Marge walked the Camino when she was a mere 91. 92? 91. Yeah, 91. So, yes. So Marge has set the bar pretty darn high for us all, hasn't she? Oh, Marge, I love you. Okay, Divine Essence groups. Okay, we are getting organized. We're getting started. I'm so excited. I have been in the Divine Essence group for 2 years. It has really been truly transformative. If you're not in yet and you want to get more information, contact Bob Elwood. His phone number is in the newsletter, and he's also here in person. So if you need some more information, I think we're getting started pretty soon. Yes, Bob? We are. Okay. And we have an online class, The Life of Prayer, facilitated and taught by the beautiful Alara Payton, who, of course, is our prayer chaplain trainer. And it is based on the book, How to Pray Without Talking to God. And if you haven't taken the class before, I highly recommend it. And if you have taken it before, I highly recommend taking it again as a refresher. Because here in this time, it is so powerful to have our own prayer practice, to change the energy field in ourselves, which then changes it in our life, which then changes it out into the world. And prayer is a really beautiful way to do that. And I really love the philosophy of the unity prayer method, about raising our own consciousness. It's not about begging some outside force to do it for us, but it is to raise our own consciousness so we can do it for ourselves. So I highly recommend connecting with Alara. We are planning to start. She's offering at the moment Wednesday evenings, April 7th to May 5th, and Thursday afternoons, April 8th to May 6th. The evening is 7 to 9:30, and the afternoon is 1 to 3:30. Suggested love offering is $75. We have books. So we actually have physical books here. So if you want to buy the book, we have them at the registration table. And I highly recommend having the book and taking the class. So Alara is here for any of you who are here, and she will also be on the Zoom call this afternoon. So if you want to connect with her after, you can. Sacred service opportunities. All right, as we are expanding our broadcast and our technology to do so, we are looking for some people who are interested in filming, in video processing, in learning the program that we use to stream out onto Facebook and to YouTube. And if you're one of those early birds who likes to get up early on Sunday morning and would like to come and help us set up this space, we would love to have your assistance. So I would direct you to the newsletter for details if any of those opportunities are something that sparks interest for you. All right, and all the many ways to find us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and of course our website, and our newsletter contains the most recent, most relevant information and the links to anything that's going on online. Okay. Well, today, every Sunday's special, right? But today is extra special because our speaker and our musical guest is the incomparable, amazing True Guy Starhorse. And he is a music messenger, a troubadour, a storyteller, a performer, a composer, a seeker, an author, a shiatsu therapist, a singer-songwriter, an intuitive coach, a lover of animals and nature. And I have to say, the combination of all that together makes him magic. He brings his gift of wisdom, his gift of music, and I'm so delighted that he is sharing that with us here this morning. Please help me welcome True Guy Starhorse.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. And you didn't refer to a Shih Tzu as opposed to a Shiatsu therapist. Well, I'm very humbled to stand before you and to speak about wisdom, because there's never enough of that. And I'm going to set the stage with a song that I wrote about, 20 years ago or so. And let me get too much stuff up here. There we go. Got my voice? No guitar, though. Have I lost my guitar? It's not getting any volume. My light has gone out on my guitar, so I don't know if that means that my battery has actually decided to die on me. Hopefully that's not the case, but I'll just play it acoustic. So got a lovely acoustics in here. So this is a song. It's called Emma, and it's a song about the mystery of ourselves and the journey back to ourselves and the search for ourselves. I look all around me. What do I see? A radiant splendor and a world of disease. How the walking dead drift by in a haze, oh, absorbed with the drear of all of their days. And I sit and I ponder my life as it stands, confused by my purpose and just who I am. Oh, the cycle repeats again and again, over and over. I fall and begin, and how I wish I was in on it all, and I could sense my direction and could feel and hear the call. Oh, impart to me wisdom, Please light my way. Oh, guide my footsteps, lest I stray. And what is the point of this human form? My creative potential, it's like a cross to be born. All those dreams lying dormant, locked up in a cage, or suppressed by emotions that are fueling my rage. But friends to friends and philosophers, oh, the theories abound. Oh, but only inside of me can my truth be found. Patience, oh patience, keeps repeating in my mind. Revelation appears in its own destined time. Oh, be silent, be still, and heed the Spirit's cry, received on the wind and beheld in the sky, disclosing the mysteries that the universe holds. Be intrepid, my child. Let your essence, let it all unfold. Let it all unfold. I look all around me, and what do I see? A radiant splendor. So I'm going to bombard you with a whole bunch of stuff today. Just thought I'd warn you first. I want to share a bunch of impressions with you. And so my theme is the wisdom in chaos. And one of the first things I'd like to say is wisdom is all around us. It's actually in everything that we experience. The question is whether we are able to be in presence to where the wisdom is teaching us and how the wisdom is teaching us. To know that in all the areas, for example, through change, through breath, through the body, through conflict, through depression, through loss, through emotions and compassions, through patience and through the observer self, and through chaos and stillness and gratitude and vulnerability and trust and faith. All of these things give us an opportunity to experience wisdom. And I had a moment in which I had an emotional intelligence. There's a wisdom in emotional intelligence. And one day I was standing in my garage and I was listening to someone behind me in another garage, and they had their music blaring really, really, really loud. And there was this part of me that went, oh, God, we live in a very tight little neighborhood. How come you're playing that music so loud and everything else? And So I heard that voice. I heard that message coming through me. And then there was a part of me, a presence came into me in that moment. And it went, well, what if you were to stop and consider how much people have been held back in this past year, and how much they have not allowed themselves to express or to be in a place where they can express themselves. And so would it not be that this loud music is simply a way of getting that energy out and feeling that energy? And as soon as I felt that, as soon as I saw that perspective, my irritation and my emotion completely shifted. And I was no longer in a state of comparison or judgment or impatience. And there was a deep sense of appreciation for the need for all of us to be able to step out when we need to step out and experience life in a bigger way. We've actually been given the earth as a playground whereby the soul can explore its fullest expression. And we do that through falling and rising again, such as the song was talking about. That when I fall, I am given an opportunity to see at greater depth where I am, where I have said I'm going, and how all of it is speaking to how things are. And so I would say that the heart, I love the message from Plato when he talks about wisdom, because he basically says that wisdom is a state of mind. It's not so much focused on action, more than it is focused on bringing in to oneself a presence, the capacity to have a presence of mind. And then in that kind of a state, wisdom is somewhat aloof. It stands sort of above what's going on, and it looks at it from a bird's eye view. And when it does, it finds, or I find, that I end up seeing tremendous wisdom in everything. So, can we be patient enough to allow wisdom to penetrate? And that becomes the greatest challenge, is allowing it to come in. And so really what we're talking about is that we're talking about a state of presence, a state of awareness, and bringing ourselves into greater awareness, into every present moment, in which I begin to, through that kind of attention, I begin to make my life a constant reinvention. I am recreating myself every day, every moment, and I'm being given an opportunity to embrace that possibility and that capacity and that potential that lies within me. And there's a great story about a caterpillar and a butterfly. And there's a scientific phenomenon connected to the caterpillar. And one of the things that, if you'll notice, when a caterpillar goes on a branch where it eventually will have its cocoon, have you ever noticed what it does? No. Well, basically, what the caterpillar does is it goes about consuming everything. Eats up all the leaves. It's preparing itself to step into that cocoon, into that chrysalis. And it has to recognize the moment that comes in which it stops consuming. In a sense, it stops being, in a sense, destructive with its environment. And it opens itself to being transformed into something far lighter. And the challenge is that this acts as a metaphor for us, because we are all caterpillars. And we've been all caterpillars on this planet. And we've been gobbling up everything. And what's the message in that? And where have we arrived today in this current circumstances of our world? Is that we've arrived at the spot where we need to step into the chrysalis. And we need to stop all of this consuming destroying of our environment. And if we can do that, if we step into that, then we actually open a door to a whole new vision and version of ourselves. And really it is about how attached am I to the old story of myself? How much do I invest and continue to invest in an image of myself that actually no longer really is serving me? No longer really is there for me. So in the midst of all of what we've been experiencing with COVID and so on, is we have what we can control and what we cannot control. So kind of like two buckets. And we have to kind of look at what are we putting in each bucket and which one are we focused on the most. And so we have to, in a sense, we don't want to allow our worries to crowd out our capacity for joy. And joy is when we are so beautifully connected to the essence of who we are and how that essence wants to express itself. And that no one outside of you can tell you what that is. And so it really feels that we've arrived at a place in history, a time in history, in which we get to really invest in taking full authority back. Taking back our own capacity to know what is right and what isn't. Innocence in concert with experience brings wisdom to the heart. Let me say that again. Innocence in concert with experience brings wisdom to the heart. And innocence is what allows us to experience the magic of life. Within the innocence that we all are and have experienced is the potential, kind of like a huge pregnant potential that's infinite. It's not a potential that has a deadline and then it's over. It's a potential that keeps expanding, keeps growing, keeps offering another opportunity to reinvent yourself. It is my personal belief that wisdom and innocence that is contained within wisdom is our opportunity to fully shed the illusion of knowledge. In the indigenous tradition, knowledge is referred to, or knowledge is always pointing to the past. And from an indigenous point of view, wisdom, or knowledge is always pointing to the past. Wisdom is pointing to the future. And so the question is, which direction do I want to go in? Do I want to keep reinforcing a past that has brought us to this kind of a moment in history that we can clearly see has not served us very well? And as ingenious as we are as human beings, with all of the things that we can create and that we have created, there is nothing that compares to that kind of freedom where wisdom begins to take us beyond the restraints of the knowledge that has held us within a past perception of ourselves. So during times of great change, finding soul in life comes from going deep into how I am connected to what simply is. And that's where it brings us back to this idea of attention, being fully present. In order for that to happen, I have to allow myself to go deep into presence and deep into what it is that's going on in this particular moment, in any given moment. And where does chaos come into all of this? Well, chaos is actually an opportunity for us to basically when it reaches its extreme, it introduces us to the challenge of harmony, to the opportunity to start finding what generates harmony in life. How is it that the chaos that I am in is informing me on how to be more harmonious? So what I'm trying to share is how everything is teaching us that we don't reject anything. We don't deny anything. And you'll notice that in the 5 stages of grief, one of those stages is denial. In fact, the first, and it doesn't necessarily happen in chronological order, but one of the main aspects of the 5 stages of grief is that I first go into a state of mind in which I deny it. I deny the reality, deny what's going on right now. And then I might get really angry with it. And then I might go into bargaining, where I might say, well, if I do this, then maybe this won't happen. And then we go into depression, which we know is actually quite rampant right now in the world. And what is depression? If someone was to ask us, what is depression? Is it just me feeling sad? Is it just me feeling disappointed with life? Actually, one of the ways of viewing depression is that it strips us of where we have been. It makes us recognize that I can no longer go this way. Depression is actually pointing me in a direction of renewal and of redemption and of recalibration of my own sense of purpose and self. So depression is a gift, but it needs support. And then finally, we get to a stage in which we finally go, well, we start to accept where things are. And we're not talking about a passive form of acceptance. It's not an acceptance that says, oh, well, I'll just have to deal with all of this stuff. It's an acceptance that finally, in the full blossoming of my coming into presence, is that it's an opportunity for me to actually recognize how much I have to offer that I haven't been offering. So, what if I was to suggest that you create a recipe for living beyond fear and uncertainty? So I would challenge you and encourage you later today, when you're having some quiet time, or tomorrow or whatever, is to sit down and write about this recipe. What's the recipe for confusion and anxiety and fear? And how is that manifesting in my life? And write that out. Like, get it to become clear rather than a vague passing of feelings and thoughts through your mind that ends up going somewhere, and then we forget, and then it comes back, and then we forget, and then it comes back, and then we forget. But if you sit down and you concretize this recipe, and I begin to identify how it is that I am investing in my own anxiety, in my own fear. And then another recipe that says, how can I invest in a recipe that will bring me joy? What are the things within me, the impulses within me that say, I want to do this, and I want to express that, and I would love to explore this. The most beautiful energy that's available to us right now is to tap into this creative force within ourselves. And that when we do that, we start to not look at the issues that are creating anxiety. In fact, sometimes, and this, you could say this is where we've arrived, which is that the old Einstein statement, that we cannot create change using the same method that got us to where we are. And so it means that I have to start something new. It means that I have to start discovering, how can I become one of the ones that's investing in a new vision for the world and for myself? And of course, it has to start with myself. I have to begin to really discover what it is that is calling me to the fullest expression of myself. And then to really listen to those impulses that are speaking to you. To give you an example of how wisdom can manifest in ways that are completely unexpected. One time I was looking at an aspect of myself in which I knew that I was procrastinating around a particular thing. And I was frustrated with the fact that I was procrastinating. So I decided I was going to engage in a conversation with my procrastinator. And so I got my journal and I put down the name procrastinator, and then I put down me as a separate. And as me, I would go, okay, procrastinator, why are you always making me not finish what I want to finish? And the way to listen to this kind of a conversation is to immediately respond to what immediately comes up. So if you find yourself thinking and comparing, then you've already lost yourself. Allow wisdom to bubble up to the surface, and all it's asking of you and of me is be aware, pay attention. Don't go into your head. Listen to what is rising up immediately within you. So as soon as I ask the procrastinator, why are you doing this to me? How come you're making me not do these things? And it immediately came back with a message, and I wrote down its answer. And its answer was, I'm protecting you. And I went, oh, protecting me? Protecting me from what? And then immediately, the procrastinator responded and says, I'm protecting you from being disappointed. And I went, disappointed? Disappointed in what? He says, well, what happens if it doesn't work out for you? What happens if you get to the end and you finish it and it's not good enough and people don't like what you've done or whatever? So I'm just protecting you from any kind of discomfort you might end up feeling. So then I continued the conversation where we basically flipped over, and I began to ask the procrastinator to cooperate with me and to help me and guide me towards the realization of my goal. And that it didn't need to protect me from disappointment, but I appreciate everything you've been doing. And that completely changed my relationship to the procrastinator, which at the beginning of that conversation, I related to it as an enemy, as an obstacle, as something that was against me. And then when I had the conversation with it, I began to realize it wasn't an obstacle. It was my friend. It was my ally. The only problem is I was unconsciously living out procrastination. And my conversation with it caused that unconscious relationship to come into a conscious state in which now I was not the victim of something that I was calling my enemy. Now I was seeing it as my ally and as something that was supporting me. And I could have far more compassion and forgiveness towards myself as a result. So much to share. So little time. So everything that we call soul, is in essence love. Everything that we call soul is but a variation or a modification of one sort or another of the creative activity of love. And love acts as a force against fear. So with all the fear that is going on today, fall in love. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with your creative potential. Fall in love with compassion for your neighbor. Let love be the transformative juice that transforms fear into courage. And so love acts as a force against fear by being an impulse toward relationships and connection and attraction. It stands against the impulses that we are all experiencing right now that are more towards separation, division, conflict, and violence. So love, and we're not talking about a sentimental form of love. We're not talking about an ego-centered idea of love. We are actually talking about a love that is like a two-edged sword. And it cuts through the false narratives. The other thing, which was wonderful that Susan shared last week, was that we have these three brains. You know, the brain up here, the brain in the heart, and the brain in the gut. And they weren't given to us to separate. They were given to us to collaborate and corroborate the truth of something. So if you feel confused about all of what's being shared in terms of information in the world today, I would encourage you to both do your research, work with the brain, go and explore all the various angles to what's going on. Step out of mainstream, step more into alternative ways of acquiring knowledge. So do that with the brain. And then after you do that with the brain, listen to your heart. What does your heart say? How does your heart corroborate what it is that you've been reading and discovering and studying and so on? And then finally, what is your gut? How is your gut leaving you feel? And when they are all in alignment with each other, then you know, regardless of what anybody else is telling you, you know what is speaking true to you. So standing in the courage of your own truth in any given moment, not compromising from that truth. Doesn't mean you're closed, doesn't mean you shut yourself off, but it means that you are willing to stand in full authenticity within yourself. I really believe that that's where we have arrived. We've arrived at this opportunity for full authenticity of self, full recognition of the power and beauty that we are. And most importantly, the idea of how love is our greatest force right now. I'm going to unplug this guitar and plug it into the other one. Maybe that other one will work. Oh, no question about this one working. And as usual, the time just flies by so fast. Just wanted to share a couple of things. I might have shared this book before, but The Prayers of the Cosmos. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's the teachings of Jesus in the original language that he spoke, which is Aramaic. And so when you read how it's interpreted, it's totally different than what we've read. It's so beautiful, so poetic, so enlivening, I find. From the deepest part of yourself, let love be born for the rays of the one that shine around you. Let this come from your whole heart, the center of your life, your passion, your courage, and your audacity, and touch your whole subconscious self, that instinctive soul within, which scatters and gathers. From this self, liberate your whole animal energy and life force to flood your entire grasping mind with love. This is the most important command and the first creative movement that empowers all others. And the second is like it. Draw a breath of compassion for the one mysteriously drawn to live near you. This is your neighbor. Draw a breath of compassion for the one mysteriously drawn to live near you. Love that friend as you love the self that dwells within you. The subconscious that sometimes feels so separate and intruding. And that is the translated message from the King James or Matthew 22, 35 to 39, where a lawyer goes up to Jesus and says, what's the greatest commandment? And then Jesus responded saying, to love the divine, the source, God, beyond all things, and to love your neighbor as yourself. So that's what that's referring to. And I highly recommend this beautiful, beautiful book. The thing that's really nice about it, too, is at the end of each thing, there's actually meditative exercises to do connected to the words that you're experiencing. And another book I just want to share, which is very powerful. I was gifted it over 20 years ago, so I have the original proof version. This is the one that wasn't being sold. It's called Freeing the Soul from Fear by Robert Sardello. Highly recommend this book. Cannot tell you how important this writing is. Very, very, especially for this time right now. So, at the risk of being delinquent, what's that? I have two more songs I want to share with you, so I probably will do my usual thing, which is go over a little bit. So this is for your heart. I was born in the arms of love, a miracle unfolding from above, tears and joy with my first breath in the arms of love. I see you, you see me, we reflect eternity, endless ways we can proceed in the arms of love. Excuse me. All together now. In the arms of love, in the arms of love, in the arms of love, be. In the arms of love, in the arms of love, in the arms of love, you'll see everything is now before you. Trust the path that speaks to you, knowing the light will show you the way to begin your new day. In the arms of love, in the arms of love, in the arms of love, be. In the arms of love, in the arms of love, in the arms of love, you'll see that you have never been all alone. Truth will always bring you home. There is nothing that you need to hide, as all returns to love. All of your love in the arms of love, in the arms of love, be. In the arms of love, in the arms of love, in the arms of love, you'll see. There is nothing that you need to hide, as all returns to love. In the arms of love. And now I did have some lyrics I was going to put up. I'll just finish off with this. I mean, there's so much. Do you have those lyrics? Did they get ready to go up? Someone would have to be on that, on the screen here. Oh, not that one. Okay. I sent the lyrics for this, but you'll catch on. It's very short, and we're just going to repeat it until it feels wonderful. So we might be here till next week, but... So we are here to recreate ourselves. We are creators. And this is a prayer of regeneration. It's a prayer of intention to recreate myself. From the void I form myself I spin the web, I weave the art that's bringing joy and beauty to my heart, to my heart. From the void I form myself, I spin the web, I weave the art that's bringing joy and beauty to my heart, to my heart. From the void I form myself, I spin the web, and I weave the art that's bringing love and beauty to my heart, to my heart. From the void I form, I spin the web, and I weave the art that's bringing love and peace to my heart, to my heart, to my heart, to my heart, to my heart. From the source I form myself, I spin the web, I weave the art that's bringing joy and love to my heart, my heart, my heart, bringing joy and love to my heart, to your heart. Thank you so much. Real pleasure to share with you all. Always disappointed I didn't get to share a whole bunch of stuff, but that's okay. I think I'm going to have to just set up a time when I can do a much longer experience. All right, thank you.
All right. Well, I don't know about you, but my heart is very full. And my brain says yes, my heart says yes, and my gut says yes. How about yours? To all of that beautiful wisdom that True shared. Thank you so much, True. It is a... We're going to have to come up with another way to describe you, because it is like a full body experience, is it not? I feel like my heart got a massage, and I just feel that joy and love and appreciation for myself. So thank you for that beautiful, beautiful gift. Okay, and I hear from people who are online, you are wanting to know the books and the names of the books. So we will take a picture of them, we'll put them up in the Unity community, and we'll put it on the thread as well so that you've got it. I'm sure you're not the only ones. Everyone here wants to know what the books are too. So we will put that up on our Unity community. Yes, on the Facebook. Yeah, Facebook page, Unity Community Facebook page. We have our main page and we have our community page. Okay, so now we enter into the time of conscious giving. Together, using our time, our talent, and our treasure, we create this beautiful space where we can inspire one another and bring in fabulous, beautiful speakers and musicians like True to come and bring that remembrance of who we truly are. We thank you for your love, offering, donation, and for being part of this heartfelt community. And we know that this community is a blessing, not only to ourselves, but to the whole world. You can put your love offering into the donation baskets that we have. You can send an e-transfer to donate@unityofcalgary.org. You can also go to our website, and there's a button there that you can press and donate through. And if you want to do it the old-fashioned way, you can send a check in the mail. We receive all forms of love offering with such gratitude. So I invite you to stand, and together we will sing, Give with an Open Heart.
I'm gonna give with an open heart. I'm gonna give with an open heart. Grateful for this moment. I am grateful for my life. And I trust that a higher power will always be there to provide. That's why I give with an open heart. That's why I give with an open heart. Well, I place my faith in the Spirit as I welcome each and every day. When I let go of all my troubles and worries, a new abundance always comes my way. And that's why I give with an open heart. That's why I give with an open heart. I'm gonna give with an open heart. Yeah, I'm gonna give with an open heart.
And please join with me as we pass our blessing on with our offertory blessing. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. God is my source. Thank you.
Perfect, you can take those back. Oh, do you want to I'll put them on here. Yeah, I know. It's funny when things change and we have to change our habits, right? So I invite you to sit down. So in addition to our abundance affirmation, we of course have the blessing for the children, the beautiful children who are here with us this morning, the children in our lives and the children of the world and our very own dear inner child. I invite you to affirm, we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. All right, and now I invite you to take a quiet moment within and bring to your awareness anything that you are wanting to surrender over to Spirit. Surrendering it into prayer, we know that it opens the way for abundant blessings to unfold. You can also submit your prayer online at our website, unityofcalgary.org, or you can send an email to prayer@unityofcalgary.org. Of course, there's always 24/7 prayer available at the Unity prayer line, Silent Unity, at 1-800-NOW-PRAY. And this month, if you remember, the communities that we hold in love, who are particularly being held in love this month, are ourselves, Unity of Calgary, and Unity of Edmonton. So all the unities across Canada are holding our community in love. I know, isn't that lovely? And we take turns doing this for each other throughout the year. So with Unity of Edmonton and with ourselves, we see us having the love and support that we need to continue cultivating the consciousness and bringing the message of unity across our beautiful country. Please join me in affirming the prayer of protection out loud together. The light that is God surrounds me. I am the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am the love. The power that is God protects me. I am the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen. All right, I invite you to stand, and we will have the opportunity to sing once again with Anthony Burbage and the Unity Band.
1, 2, 3. I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. 'Cause I'm the one with the power to choose every thought and every belief. I'm the one with the voice inside that has the power to set me free. Oh, I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. I'm the one that knows what's true for the true self who lives in me. I'm the only one who's ever gonna know what my body, mind, and soul really mean, and that's why I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. Oh, but every time I forget my own power and start doing what I think I should do, I gotta take a step back and pull my soul in so I can listen to the voice that's true. It always says, I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. I decide what's got to go. I decide what's got to go. I decide what matters to me.
All right, and as we get ready to close here this morning, a reminder, this afternoon, 3:30 on Zoom, Hearts and Hands meeting. Love to have you all there. The link apparently is also on the website in the events section. So if you didn't get it in the newsletter and you want to join us, go to the website unityofcalgary.org, go to the events page, and you will find the link there. So as we get ready to go back out into the world to bring our beautiful, bright, shining lights and share our wisdom into the world, I invite you to move to the sides, to put your hands on your heart, and we'll send a wave of peace as we sing, Let There Be Peace.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let Let there be peace on earth, and let it be with me.
Have a beautiful week.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who I am wisdom, I am life. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life.
Ask me who I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye, cannot be defined.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light that brightens someone's darkest night. So much more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
Yeah, Bob, I'm gone out of here again, I think, eh? Something happened after True was up. I think all I hear is drums distorting and bass. Like it's to the point where like the cymbals, when he hits the cymbals, it sounds like they're clipping. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 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 testing. It was